Okay, first of all, top 10 facts about the Illuminati. What do I know about the Illuminati? The thing is, what I always wonder about the Illuminati or the pop culture that we show to people about the Illuminati is always weird to me. The Illuminati has been made, no, not like that, but Adam Weishaupt has formed the Freemason Order in 17 something, I don't remember, in order to help humanity. That's something that always interested me. If you Google Adam Weishaupt, the maker of the Freemasons and Illuminati in a way, he actually formed the Freemasons with one goal that is actually really, really cool, which is, can I show you? What does it say? In the end, I just want to see where it is. I remember though that Adam Weishaupt has formed the Freemasons or Illuminati and created. He wanted to create an organization that fights for justice, knowledge, reason, logic. He formed this stuff to help humanity. And nowadays everybody's like, Illuminati is so evil. And I always, if you actually research this stuff, man, he actually did it to help the human race and stuff. But Tommy, what if they found out humans suck? That's why they go against us. Yeah, who knows? I don't know where it says that. It says that somewhere. I used to read this, man. I remember. But he made the Illuminati because he wanted to help the human race. I actually once, true story, there was a time in my life where I wanted to join the Freemasons. I don't know why. I was just a weird little kid like you guys. And I Googled the local Freemasons, the Leipzig Freemasons, right? I Googled them. And it was the cringiest shit I've ever seen. It's a bunch of old white dudes dressing up weird and meeting each other and doing weird shit. And I was like, I don't know. This feels kind of weird, man. This feels kind of like a sex fetish.
Beginning in the late...
You can't just join? Yeah, no one said that, Hida, but if you would knew anything, you would know that in order to join a Freemason lodge, which are all around the world, you have to go to their meetings, which are mostly once a week or once every 2 weeks. At these meetings, they will get to know you, and if you do everything great, after some months, they let you in.
17th century, there was a cultural movement of intellectuals who's now referred to as the Age of Enlightenment. Their purpose was to reform society using reason.
I think it's just like old, rich... men, it's not women, just having business connections, right, and doing business together, and like, hey John, welcome to the Freemason meeting, I found a stock that you should invest in. I guess that's kind of what
to challenge ideas grounded in tradition and faith, and to advance knowledge through the scientific method. It promoted scientific thought, skepticism, and intellectual interchange.
But I've always dreamt of, this is gonna sound so awkward, dude, if there was an international organization where people, whatever color or gender, will organize and unite, and it will be an organization that fights for reason, logic, justice, and the good. I will join that, but that doesn't exist really. If you have organizations like this, like, it's mostly just cringe, or they have a different goal, or just about power and politics, you know?
Enlightenment was at the time a revolution in human thought. In 1776, a German philosopher, Johann Adam Weishaupt, formed a secret society.
My brother is really obsessed with him. He read a lot of books about him and shit, and always talks about him and stuff. Not in a bad way, just about that he actually planned to help humanity. Washington was a third-grade Freemason. It's not that crazy to be a Freemason. People just think it's weird to be a Freemason because of fucking movies, and Tom Hanks is hunting them in the Da Vinci Code, but it's just a bunch of dudes meeting and
in the state of Bavaria in Germany, named the Order of the Illuminati. But only a few years later, in 1785, the order was infiltrated and suppressed by government agents of the newly elected ruler, Charles Theodore. He saw the increasing popularity of these secret societies, such as the Illuminati, as a threat that could potentially overthrow the Bavarian monarchy. Since then, it's not known what actually happened to the group, which had allegedly amassed over 2,000 members all across Europe. In the years to come and to this day, there have been several claims and of course conspiracy theories that the Illuminati still exists, that they are behind such events as the French Revolution and the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Many also believe...
But why? Whenever I hear these theories, why would the Illuminati shoot JFK? They're literally made for reason, logic, and progress. Why would they?
believe that
why?
they have infiltrated governments across the globe and that they are controlling and manipulating.
I mean, murder happens for a motive, and JFK was one of the first presidents ever that wanted to drain the swamp and do something about the rigged system. Maybe you should see his assassins there and not in some made-up fucking organization.
World events, supposedly to create a new world order with a global government in control of all of humanity. But as stated, there is no evidence that the Bavarian Illuminati survived its suppression in 1785.
Imagine they're actually long gone and people
Today
just
there are quite a few
shit.
organizations that claim to be the real Illuminati. None of them have any proof, of course, so you would have to take their word for it. Unlike the original Bavarian Illuminati, who tried to remain a secret society, these modern iterations are not afraid of making their existence very public, websites and social media alike. Often they do so for the sole purpose of attracting new members.
If you give me $59.99 a month, you can be the Illuminati, man. And you can feel special. Just send me the money monthly, please, at the
The
30th.
group started out with only 5 members in 1776, and the plan was for the 5 of them to use a unique moniker instead of their full names. Weishaupt became Spartacus, and the other 4 were nicknamed Ajax, Agathon, Tiberius, and Erasmus Rotterdamus. And they preferred to be called the Perfectibilists rather than Illuminati.
Oh, I remember now. I forgot. The Illuminati. I think that the reason of Adam Weishaupt was also to, and I agree with this. That's why I was interested to actually bring the human race to the next level, to improve the human mind, spirit, and soul, to be less emotional, to make reasonable decisions, to be logical. I remember that now, and I always really agreed with that.
It's interesting that today the Illuminati is almost synonymous with conspiracy theory, and that they are often depicted in various forms of media as a group that lurks in the shadows and pulls the strings behind the scenes, so to speak. Because the reason the Illuminati was formed in the first place was to oppose superstition, religious influence over public life, and most ironically, abuse of state power.
Yeah, they used to be against the government, and now all these idiots think they...
Abuse of state power. The very ideas they were against in the beginning are what we claim they are behind today.
Quite ironic.
So, what makes the Illuminati so special? Because, as I mentioned, there were many other secret societies at the time, and they were all shut down and disbanded in 1785. Well, the reason for this can be credited to a few fictional books and I guess a little bit of luck. As early as 1798, a book titled Proofs of a Conspiracy was published with the theory that the Illuminati had survived and represented an ongoing international conspiracy. The book proved to be very popular at the time, but after a few decades of speculation, the theory died down. It wasn't until over a century later that the fictional book series titled The Illuminatus Trilogy brought the theories back to life. However, some people believed that
most of us talk about Illuminati today because of a fucking book that a guy wrote.
Books to actually
Robert
be
Shea
true.
And Robert Wilson.
And ever since, the conspiracy
Over
theories
100,000
about the
copies sold.
Illuminati has
why.
grown more popular than ever before. On a less serious note, if you go to itanimulli.com, which is Illuminati spelled backwards, it will redirect to the NSA website.
That's amazing. Oh, that's good.
Must be a conspiracy.
The thing is that some people are probably really believing, oh man.
Nope, turns out it was just a guy from Utah who purchased the domain and redirected it to the NSA. Or was it? Maybe I'm making fun of this only to deflect from the fact that everything you've heard about the Illuminati
It's good that everybody
true.
stands up. This is just dumb shit.
No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Yeah, I'm definitely kidding. That this is not true at all. Or am I? Yeah, I'm kidding, okay? It's move on.
And I think it's always a diversion, right? Illuminati is obviously dumb shit, right? That keeps us occupied. But
No,
you know,
I'm just...
when you look at certain pictures and realize that actually 25% of this picture legit, provenly, were hanging out over 30 times in the Jeffrey Epstein airplane, then it becomes quite apparent that the Illuminati are a big meme, but some other organizations that maybe have certain goals of pedophilia seem to be quite real. Thank you, Don Capital. But we never talk about that because we rather talk about this dumb Hollywood Illuminati bullshit.
Yeah, I'm definitely kidding. This is not true at all. Or am I? Yeah, I'm kidding, okay? It's move on. Or was it? What? The name Illuminati comes from the Latin word illuminatus, which means enlightened. Illuminati can also be used as a word and would then mean a group claiming superior enlightenment on a particular subject, especially religion. But I seriously doubt you will have much use of that word in everyday life. So when the Illuminati disbanded, what happened to Weishaupt? Well, he actually managed to flee the state of Bavaria and lived out his life in the city of Gotha. I don't think I'm saying that right. Before his death in 1830, he wrote a series of works on Illuminism, but other than that, he was never involved with anything relating to the Illuminati again. If you've heard about Illuminati before, it's very likely you've seen this symbol, time.
I actually wonder, I forgot, why is that on the fucking dollar bill? He's gonna explain that.
And time again. It's usually referred to as the Eye of Providence or simply the All-Seeing Eye, and if you're from the US, you probably see it every day as it's on the back of the $1 bill.
Why?
But this is in fact not a symbol of the Illuminati.
Yeah,
no, they
else,
use a symbol or logo, if you will, called the Owl of Minerva. So why is this symbol so strongly associated with the Illuminati?
But what does the symbol mean?
Well,
we
don't really know how it happened or who was the first to use it in that way, but it's pretty easy to see why. Many religions past and present have used the image of an eye to represent God or some sort of higher power. One of the earliest known examples is the
I've been in many fucking churches in my life. I've never seen a big fucking eye anywhere.
Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol of protection and royal power. So given the original symbolism behind the eye and that the Illuminati is often portrayed as watching our every move, it seems quite fitting. But then there's the pyramid. It has nothing to do with God or higher power and everything to do with the United States, because the pyramid has 13 steps, which represents the original 13
But why would the culture of America use a pyramid? There's no connection there. Thank you, Freaky Orange.
colonies. How you get that to mean Illuminati, I don't know, but conspiracy theorists
He still didn't really explain why the eye is
finds a
there.
way.
It makes no sense why they put an eye on the $1 note. I don't
So
get that.
let's talk about these conspiracy theories we hear so much about.
Pyramids are global? Yeah, and you remember when Indiana Jones went to fucking Chicago, Illinois, and he went to the pyramids there, man? Yeah, I remember that.
What is it exactly that some people believe that the Illuminati does? For example, some believe that Weishaupt traveled to the US after the Illuminati was banned in Bavaria and killed George Washington before taking his place as an imposter. As such, the portrait seen on the $1 bill is said to actually be Weishaupt. And while you could say that he has slightly similar features,
man,
I'll give you that.
sniffing too much
Everyone looked like this back then.
Yeah,
Even
everyone
so,
looked
to believe that George Washington could just be replaced without anyone noticing is, well, quite retarded to say the
I
least.
like using
We're
that
talking real life here with actual people, not some sort of comic book universe where a pair of glasses equals I'm a completely different person. Yes, Superman, we all know it's you. This is of course just one of thousands of theories out there. Others include that the Illuminati is behind 9/11, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, that they faked the moon landings,
Why?
and more recently.
I one day hope I meet a conspiracy theorist, a real one, and I don't want to shit on him. I want him to actually explain to me why.
That many celebrities and famous people such as Jay-Z, Queen Elizabeth, Beyonce, among others, are all
Beyonce's
part of the Illuminati. But the most common theory regarding the Illuminati is something called the New World Order. The premise is that they have infiltrated governments, politicians, corporations, and other key roles in society to eventually take control of the world to form a totalitarian global government. If we're going to get really extreme, many also believe that they're somehow connected to the Nazis, that they are the embodiment of Satan, and yeah, we're not gonna follow Alice further down the rabbit hole. There's just way too much convoluted speculation.
Dude, imagine you're Adam Weishaupt, right? And you're in heaven right now. You are in heaven and you watch the earth and you created Illuminati to raise reason and logic, and you sit at home and you sit in heaven. You're like, what the fuck, man? I often think about this. How many people must be dead and look at planet Earth and be like, oh fuck, oh man, dude. All in all, I always believe number one answer: Jesus Christ himself. Imagine you're Jesus, right? I never knew much about Jesus, but Lisa's family, they're actually religious. They believe in that shit. And on Easter, this year, Easter, we were looking at a lot of Jesus. Jesus was not fake. He literally existed. It's proven. We looked at a lot of Jesus movies, and I was, for once in my life, I wanted to be educated. I was looking at the story of Jesus. Not that I believe in him, but I wanted to see about him. And Jesus Christ did literally this all day. Be peaceful. Be fucking chill, okay? Also, you need no materialism. Fuck gold. Fuck, you don't need that. And most importantly, don't pray to the mammon. Money is the devil. And then he dies, and now you look at planet Earth, you look at the Catholic Church and everything, and it's all about money, power, corruption. Like, Jesus Christ must sit at home and be like, did anyone listen? Did anyone listen? That's what I mean, I'm obviously a noob at this topic, but I always feel about that. No one does what he says. No one is listening to that guy.
Speculation and opinions surrounding all of this, and quite frankly, in the end, it's gonna be up to you what you want to believe. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to check out All Time Conspiracies. They also made a video about...
I'm coming to the game. Thank you, Vin, my bro, for the 7, mate. Thank you. That's what I always felt when I was around Muslims in my life. I used to meet some Muslims. You know what the problem with Muslims is in the world of religion? Is that Muslims actually take their religion serious, unlike Western Christian people, man. Like, a Muslim actually is like, you cannot show a picture of Allah. You have to stay humble. You have to stay humble. And then you see Karen, 55 years old, from America, and she's just driving the biggest car. She has gold chains, and she's Jesus told me. Anyway, let me join the game.